Kanpai!
I did forget to go get alcohol, but oh well.
Well, it is a school night. So.
It's the thought that counts.
Anyway, so this is episode 67 of Kanpai Cast. Welcome, weebs. Yeah, so we're going to go straight into housekeeping. Just to remind everyone, we have timestamps and chapters allowing people to navigate to the sections of the show that they're interested in watching.
Yeah, right down there. Right down there.
It's
and then it opens the thing over there?
That way, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. But yeah, in addition, we're trying out something new. If you check out the YouTube channel, you'll find we've released what's hopefully the start of a series of shorts. Unfortunately, we're starting with Nasuth. I'm reading verbatim. This is not my words, right? Unfortunately,
I wonder who wrote this
doc.
I wonder...
and his top 10 anime. So it's bound to take a few hits and views. If you could just give it a watch and leave your thoughts, it would help out, and we'd really appreciate it. I'm not quite sure what the next top 10 is, but yeah, now that the format is working, we can hopefully produce them at a moderate pace, right?
I can't believe.
Yeah, I can't believe the insane number of hits it got, like, in the first day.
Oh my god. No, in the first 30 minutes, it hit nearly 500 views.
Yeah.
Loz is just like, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's not one person was like, you should do this.
It's turning into TikTok too.
Only if you do it, why don't you do all the effort? I'm not doing any effort. You gotta do it.
I don't remember any of this conversation.
Oh, I came up with ideas. And you're like, well, you should do it then. And I'm like, no. And then you go, oh, okay, I'll do it. And then you do, and it gets used. And I'm like, told you.
Are you gonna do a top 10 list of best Gundams, Loz?
I might actually.
Best mecha in general, I think. Right. You could just do the top 10 Gundam. That would be so easy.
Yeah, no, but I could probably. I don't want to. I can't do the whole thing myself, but I can.
Oh no! I just
record the audio.
Need the audio. I just need the audio, and I'll do the rest.
Yeah, I can definitely provide some stuff because I think it's a great thing. And shorts, I think, it seem to be pushing out. I love the fact that YouTube has now actually sorted out their bloody UI to separate out videos.
Oh my god,
live streams and shorts. It is on point. It really is. I really
chef
think it's competitive now. Yeah, and I love that. I even watch quite a lot of shorts myself because on the main page, because that's where I just go and it goes, boop, here's a load of shorts. I'm like, yeah, I'll try that one. Watch them through. So, yeah.
Yep.
And I think a top 10 is a really good idea, by the way, because it's the thing I think I've been thinking about it. Because there's no way to pause and rewind. No, I meant no, it is. But I meant after using the shorts myself, because there's no ability to rewind. You have to go watch the whole short through again.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, oh god, what was 4? Oh god, I have to go around the whole loop. Yeah. See?
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah. Anyway, so moving on. And the last point of housekeeping is 1 like equals 1 Christmas present from Santa, 1 comment equals 1 Christmas cookie left for Santa, and 1 subscribe equals 1 captured Santa forced into year-round present creation.
So I know which one I would
like those. I mean, you're abducting a man to it. Sounds kind of sketch, dude.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
It sounds really sketch, dude. Anyway. Right, so it's time to get on with the topic, and Nasuth decided that we're going to be doing I suppose, our deep dive look into Rising of the Shield Hero Season 2.
It's time. The time has come.
Yeah.
To hate ourselves.
Okay, right. So just to point out, the background footage is going to be all of Shield Hero, or the background stills are going to be all of Shield Hero, so not just Season 2. But yeah, so I thought probably we could start this with how did we all feel about Season 1, Season 2, and then a comparison against both.
Okay. I thought you were just going to say Season 2, and I was like,
I mean, that kind of sums it up. So, I'll take the bullet. I'll start.
Can I just say, there's no points? I see. Is this from last week? The points thing. Is there no?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's
I was just staring at it, like waiting for it to scroll down, and it never did. So okay.
No. Like all the notes I've got, I've written down in a separate doc.
Right.
So yeah. Okay. So season 1, I absolutely loved this show. I thought it was fantastic in how it presented its world setting, in the drama of the characterization. I love the fact that no one ever felt like a 2D cutout. Even the more side characters, the characters that wanted to follow after the shield hero much later on in the series, felt like they had more substance because you'd seen them in past events. It was a fantastic series all throughout the show, and it didn't shy away from any of the harsher plot points. Yeah.
It did not shy away from the starkness of this world.
No. Well, not just that, but like how cruel and vicious humanity can even be.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, where things are, you know. Anyway, yeah. The second season.
Sorry, did Loz have another point besides that? I feel like I might have like.
I was just trying to remember if this was a show I got Xeno to watch. I think it was. I think I picked it up first because of the controversy over it. I remember hearing about that before hearing the show.
You sure?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm
Loz does like his isekais.
No. It was. I think it was before that. I think this is one of the show that made me watch these guys more. But I think I remember this show coming up and hearing about it because of the controversy. Alongside Goblin Slayer was another one that was controversy with it, but that was because of graphicness. Whereas this had people having spite against it because of the way it portrays
certain things, certain elements.
Well, no, it's in the first episode that they can that a woman can falsely accuse somebody of something they didn't do, and that got on Twitter a lot of hate.
Yeah,
just for doing it.
Yeah.
I
was just really thinking that. But anyway, move on to season 2.
Season 2, on the other hand,
we have to move on to season 2.
I would really not want to. Can we just talk about? Can we just talk about how great season 1 is?
We'll talk about season 1.
I'm joking.
Yeah, but season 2, I feel is just such a. It's a disappointment. It's a letdown. It's
a downgrade.
It's rushed. It's wafer thin.
You were talking about the characters not being cardboard cutouts in the first season, and there are literal cardboard. I swear there are literal cardboard cutouts in this season.
Well, like
they're just there to move the plot along, and that's it.
Well, let's see. Complete your thing. Don't get into too much detail because we're each doing our turn. This is still the introduction, so don't do the whole thing.
Okay, but like I feel that a lot was the second season was done dirty because they bit off more than they can chew, and I've done a lot of looking into this. I spent all of yesterday looking into this, and I feel I've got some.
You have some answers for us.
Some points I can point to, but yes. So realistically, I would say watch the set of the first season, right, and then stop there, right? Don't spoil the experience with the second season because you will spoil it. It's like watching One Punch Man. Watch the first season and stop there. Read the manga, right? The manga.
I would say that this is worse than one.
Oh, this is much worse. This is much.
One Punch Man season 2 is watchable.
One Punch Man season 2 has some redeeming features. It's just different angles, but it's not really rushing. It's not. Whereas this is just a mess.
So with derailing slightly with One Punch Man season 1, it was pretty much beat for beat exactly the same as the manga, right? In One Punch Man season 2, they chopped out a huge amount involving Saitama just so that they could get to a specific point in the narrative, right?
I think that's very similar to season 2 of this.
it's worse in this. From what I can tell, it is much worse in this.
I was going to say, as an outsider perspective, I still enjoyed season 2 of One Punch Man because I've never read the manga. And if you hadn't told me it was different, I wouldn't have realized. But this is such garbage that even not having read any of it, it's like, what? Why?
What is this show?
Why?
Where did my good show go? No, sorry. So it's, you know, do you before that? So Nasuth, you went and watched season 2 of One Punch Man by yourself, did you? Because I know we watched 1 together. That was awesome. Yeah. Did you? Were you curious? And you just blitzed number 2? Did you? Okay, that's cool. Right. So do you want to round off your thing? Because I know you got some lots of good points that you know, but let's get you done on your intro.
I'm basically gonna done it there. I'm basically gonna say that there are plenty of points in the series in season 2 that are clearly.
No. Don't do that because we're going to get to those points. What I want to know, so tell me what you, in one sentence, of each. Season 1, season 2, blah.
Season 1, fantastic, masterful, respected the material. Season 2, rushed, wafer thin, spat on the material.
There we go. Nasuth.
I mean, how do you like? What else can I say except the same thing that season one?
I want to know what season. What does season 1 mean to you? Ignore season 2 at the moment. Tell me about your season 1. What's the key points to you?
I loved that the hero. They didn't want the shield hero. I love that angle on it. I loved, like you brought up. I loved that they weren't afraid to shy away, not just from the accusation, but later on when they're like. The whole Raftalia situation, people were really up about that too, and it was just like, yeah, but that's just how the world is.
Yeah.
And I loved that our hero, despite all of this, managed to still like carve a place out for himself in the world, carve out respect, all that. And then season 2 comes along. And none of the characters really have any depth to them because there's no time spent with them. They're just rushing through the story to get through this specific point. There's none of it. There's no depth to any of it. We had all this depth in the first season about how he was interacting with the world and how the world was interacting with him. And it just felt like they left all that behind. I swear even Naofumi at some points was like, going against his character from season 1. And it just, it's awful. It's just the worst. Just the worst.
Has anyone got any points to talk about nothing?
He's not wrong. Like, it's, I think the problem is, and again, we'll get into it, the reason why Naofumi does things that he wouldn't do in season 1 is solely because like, we need to get to this plot point. They're cutting so much content.
Yeah. Suppose Nasuth, season 1, 1-9, season 2, 1-9.
Season 1, easily bingeable. Season 2, you just can't. You just want to look away. It's just you don't want to watch it. No. Don't do it.
And easily bingeable is actually, it just sounds odd, but that's actually quite a praising thing because you're saying that you'll start watching it and you won't want to put it down. Is what you mean?
Yes, yeah, that sort of thing. It's not one of those where you can put it on in the background and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna go about my business. No, it's not that kind of bingeable. It's the kind where you get invested like almost immediately.
Yeah, you can't not put it down.
There we go. So I'll do mine then. So I'll start with.
You can't not put it down. Wait.
Yeah, I realized you can't put it down. I was like, wait a second, double negative. I did that wrong.
You can't not pick it up.
Anyway, keep going.
Okay, I'll start with my 2 sentences. So I would say season 1 is one of my probably most favorite anime that I have watched.
How many times have you watched it now? Yeah,
15 times through.
Jeez.
Which doesn't sound like a high number, but it really is when you're watching a show. I mean, how often? So most shows you watch once and you never watch it again. You just sort of remember it. Maybe you watch it twice, but I have easily watched it. I'd say at least 12 times. Definitely double digits. I'm not sure. I can't. I don't record it or anything. I absolutely adore the first season. That wasn't the song, one sentence. There we go. So season I absolutely love. One of my favorite anime series that I've watched at least 12 to 15 times. Second season, utterly rushed, forgettable, and I have until just before this recording never rewatched any of it.
Wow.
So I went and clicked through it. I didn't even watch the episodes. I just clicked through it just to remember, what happens by one episode. And my memory
so
was quite
generic.
It's so generic. Such a loss. The first season, I absolutely love for the pacing of it. Now I'm not going to say it's a Lord of the Rings, whatever. But it actually takes a lot of things from that kind of archetype where we feel the journey of our characters. We feel them reflect upon things that happen to them, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what are they going to do next. Why did someone do this to me? What am I going to do? How am I going to do that? You see the characters evolve and change as well. That they, now Fumi starts out really malicious to everyone, really, almost like he's starting to, he feels almost broken. As in, like, well, I'm just going to treat everyone very rubbish. And he slowly evolves and changes, and he realizes not everyone is evil, because he seems to have almost reached that point that everyone's just a dick. But he doesn't. He comes away from it. And you see his relationship grow with the characters around him. You see those characters grow. You see other relationships appear. You see this, there's a whole spider web going on as characters come together and come to part as if it's a world, and they're also doing things off screen as well, like the other heroes. They're doing this, and then now Fumi comes and there's just these two, and then now Fumi comes away from them and meets this one.
They're not just locked up inside the turtle's head for the majority of the season.
They're locked up in the concept of the turtle's head. It's the concept of the turtle's
you wait.
And
sorry.
And so it is an epic journey. It does have some of that Lord of the Rings feel, but at the same time, it also wove in this starting idea, which I'm not sure if the whole starting premise was just a lucky thing that the writer just struggled on and that they're not going to do anything with. But I don't think that's true, because I know there is some I know of some content which does have some good elements too. But by weaving that in, it also gives it a nice political angle to the world. It's not just now Fumi. You see a lot for isekais. Goes out, kills monsters, level goes up, gets money, opens shop. It's easy peasy. You never really get a feel of the politics of the world, that he's an important weight that's going to have an effect, distorting the world around him by his actions and how he moves. But in this you do, and you get to see that some people don't like him, some people will like him, some people he saves, and what effects does that have down the road. It's all good. It has that time to breathe, because one event can take a whole episode, some small thing. Season 2, however, and I'm going to put more effort into season 1 than in season 2. I clicked through season 2 just before watching this, and it's just paint by the numbers. There's missing bridging elements between season 1 and 2 that don't make sense. That leads to there should be an OVA. There really should be an OVA episode that would have carried 1 to 2, and I would have probably appreciated 2 more, because they could have taken time to explain characters. Instead, we get in season 2. We have characters' progression and arcs just utterly rushed that don't make sense. It tries to have 2 climaxes when 1 was enough. I rewatched. I clicked through slowly. Actually, there's a few points I slowed down when I was clicking through it, and one of them is midway through in the turtle scene in the fight there, and that could have been the climax of the season. It really could have been. It was. There was element. You could. That's the problem. You can see the elements of what should be the good show, and they just rushed through. And that was there was enough. Wow, what's going on? And instead, they just wanted to get onto. Maybe Xeno will be able to tell us why, if there's possibly. It feels like they wanted to squeeze in that second 6-episode arc, because that's the one they wanted to do more effort in, instead of pushing that to another. It
should have been 2 cores. Yeah.
There's enough stuff to do in both of these 6-episode arcs to make 12 episodes, and then give each part the time it takes to see the characters reflect and grow and have the little moments that made the first season so special, that made them people. Instead, they just rush. It tries to squeeze it in. It tries to say, "Oh, we care about this character." We don't. We didn't spend enough time with that character. We didn't have little moments. You tried to force it. It's like, "Oh, we're in a campfire. We are having a moment now." It's like, no, this does not feel organic. This does not feel anything.
Do you remember? Do you remember how they built up the queen before actually revealing her?
Oh yeah.
Like they talked about her in the background and stuff, and then there's none of that. There's none of that subtlety and growth
in season 1. When you're watching it, and this is because I can remember it, at first you don't know why. You see the queen is off somewhere, and you see guns. You see people with guns. You see military. You think, you might even think, is she in prisoner there?
Yes.
You don't know. Like, what's going on? She seems to be there, but not wanting to go away. But she needs to be here. Why is she not here? Is she? Well, she must be a reason she's there. It could be she's doing some important work. It could be you see guns and things. Maybe she's a prisoner. What's going on? Intrigue. There's all these shadows. Why would a shadow need to meet at a window to talk to her and things like that?
Just to elaborate for anyone that doesn't, just to elaborate for anyone that doesn't know, the shadows are basically the Queen's ninja, right? Yeah. So, sorry to jump in on that.
No, it's fine. Messengers and whatever, and important. But because she's having this secret meeting with them, you don't know what's going on, and that's it's excellent. Wanting to see you go on storytelling. In this, it just goes. Oh, God, I don't.
Here's Ost. Here's Ost. She comes from a place.
I couldn't remember her name. I didn't even bother stopping enough to pick the name. Yeah, Ost. Here's Ost. Oh, you care about Ost now. Ost is important and mysterious. Ost is. Oh, it's all about Ost. Ost is the turtle. Ost. Turtle. Oh, she's dead now. Oh no, she died for us. Oh, okay, she died. Oh no, Ost.
By the way, spoilers.
We sat by one campfire once. What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, anyway, that's my overview. So, season 1, good. Season 2, bad. Utterly waste. And like I say, I've never put... I haven't even thought about it since... oh, God, this is a sad thing. I don't think... since watching season 2, I've even rewatched season 1.
Yeah.
I used to love rewatching season 1.
Yeah.
Because you know what's coming.
Maybe we should do that for Christmas. But, yeah, Christmas. All right.
Christmas. Waste of animator talent.
So, I think one thing I really want to do is give a special shout out to the YouTube channel Annie News. We'll make sure there's a link in the description because they do an excellent cut content breakdown of not only season 1 but a bit of season 2.
But they did stop that. I remember us watching this because we were going to wait till the end. And then stop, and it must have been that they must have been fed up with the show or realised it wasn't going to get views or something. No, this person does amazing in-depth stuff for the. Yeah. Oh, here's this episode, and here's what you missed from the anime. And I won't do spoilers or just show you this cool bit. And it's like it goes into a lot of depth. They clearly do care about what we're talking about, and they just stopped.
I think it was because there was a lack of interest. It's because the videos were not gaining the views because the second season was doing so badly, right? You can see on other review sites like My Anime List or Anime Planet or just Annie List. The scores difference between season 1 and season 2 are massive. Like season 1 scores really highly, but season 2 scores mediocre, right, at best. And so first off, I want to give a shout out to Annie News, mostly because this highlights a lot of the problems with season 2, right? Unfortunately, they don't go through all of season 2, but I think that will basically result in a series like 3 times the length of season 2 with all the cut content. But this is where I'm going to ask you guys a question. So season 1, which was 25 episodes long, covers 5 volumes of the light novel. How many volumes do you think season 2 covers?
Just half the length.
Season 1, which is how many episodes?
25.
25 episodes. Season 1. 25 episodes. 4 volumes.
5 volumes.
5 volumes. So 5. So 1 volume per 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, by that logic, I would say 2.5 based on the other episodes.
No. It's also gonna be like 5 or even more. It's gonna be like 6.
Well, I would hope that it should be 2.5 because they've got about 13 episodes. So I would say 2.
But we know
maybe 3.
But we know it's
3.
rushed.
Well, 3. Okay, 3. That's still rushed. Even saying 3.
All right.
That's still
Right. Nasuth's right. It's 5.
5.
Yep. They tried to cover 5 volumes
in half the time.
Right? And I sat down and I used the wiki and I worked out like the breakdown of the number of episodes that were spent per arc. So in the first season, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 arcs, right? But a lot of these arcs were like just a couple of chapters of the manga, right? So yes, I know I'm comparing light novel to manga and things, but so yeah, a couple of episodes is a couple of chapters, right? But then obviously the later it gets into the series, the longer the arcs are, and the more episodes they take, right? But so on average, the anime of season 1 covers about 2 chapters per episode, right? With the most egregious being 3 chapters for the island vacation arc at the very end of the series, right? So that's 3 chapters per episode.
Well,
right?
just spitballing ideas in my head before I forget. We should have like a scribble screen so you can just like scribble these numbers.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll try and investigate.
Let's
something
look into
that.
That. Yeah.
Yeah. But
whether it's possible or not is another story. But let's look into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Season 2 only covers 2 arcs, right? With the spirit, it's called the Spirit Turtle arc, not the Spirit Tortoise arc. So I think that's just a translation issue on the wiki. But with the first 6 episodes being 3 chapters per episode, and then the last 7 episodes being 4 chapters per episode.
Whoa.
Right? They really massively rush it. And with the fact that it's like 3 chapters per episode for the Spirit Turtle arc, you might as well just go, okay, here's the oh god, what's the name of that? Like, let's just do the Spirit Turtle arc and just do like 1.5 chapters per episode, which a lot of season 1 is, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's
the Spirit Turtle would have been fine for a 12-episode little arc. It would have been.
Yeah.
And then they also. So have you read the manga, or have you just like worked out roughly where?
No, I've worked this out. I will fully admit I've not had the opportunity, because basically a lot of this was not in the manga. Like, the only way you can get this information is by reading the light novels. So the light novel, sorry, the manga doesn't go beyond the rebuilding part 1 arc. Which is actually set after the New World arc. So you know when Naofumi in season 1 basically gets the village of Raftalia and the adjoining area. Yeah, that is actually supposed to be after the whole New World arc, not before.
Wait, so it's after what's the New World arc? Is that's
when they go to the alternate
world. Okay, world. So that's after the Spirit Turtle. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
So, has that sunk in yet?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Cool. So, personally, I feel that either they should have skipped the Spirit Turtle arc for season 2 and made it a movie, right? Or just flashbacked it, or just done the Spirit Turtle arc, right? But don't do both.
Yeah.
Right? It didn't work.
Yeah. It should have
been
like.
Why. I don't.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't understand what was what. So you've got this content, and it's like, well, did they want? There's got to be a reason why somebody made a decision. There's a room with people that made a decision. We're going to fit all this into 12 episodes. I don't know why. And it's like, well, you know, like you're saying, there are ways you can skip stuff. It's like, oh, well, how would that make sense? No. There's I still need to go back and watch actually. Girls and Panzer, which is a fun show. There's all of a sudden, like in the storyline, it gets to this point where you expect to fight, and then it kind of skips it. And you're like, oh, what happened there? And it's actually a movie that was released later that slots in, but you don't. It does a good job of blending the. You don't need to, giving you the facts that happened, and it's like you can have a movie later. So, seeing as there's already missing stuff, I don't get why there was. Maybe it's because of COVID, maybe whatever. I don't know, because they thought to rush stuff out. But even then, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if maybe they thought the Turtle arc wasn't good enough on its own, so they thought they'd put 2 in. But then you're right. Then just skip it. Just skip. Don't. if it's like, oh, we need to do the turtle arc so we can get onto the other arc so it makes sense. Like, well, no, it doesn't make sense because you don't give any weight to anything that's doing. I've watched the 2 bits that I did quickly watch through is the 2 climaxes, which are with the villain of the series, which is Book Boy. Oh. I don't understand. I do not understand Book Boy at all. There's no time to flesh him out. There's no time to give him depth. The 12th episode, goes from the wave start to resolving it in 1 episode, and it's like, I didn't even know why he was really doing all this. It doesn't make sense. He's just an angry, weird man. They try and do flashback with his childhood friend or something, and it's just not. It just feels too little by that point. You're like, well, that's not going to make me care. It's just so weird. It's the weirdest thing.
What I don't get is the first season was 25 episodes, right? And it was so good that they greenlit it for 2 more seasons. And
now here's something that may answer that, right? So the first season was directed by Takao Abo. Sorry, got that wrong. Takao Abo. And the second season was directed by Masato Jinbao, right? 2 completely different directors. They used there's the same animation studio, right? But the directors were massive. So Takao had only worked on Rising of the Shield Hero, another series called Norn 9, and another series called 22/7, right? Or 22/7. These are the only 3 series he has ever directed.
So you think that they didn't want to they didn't want to trust him with 25 episodes?
It may have been a instance of J.J. Abrams with Star Wars, like, no, I only want to do the 1 season. I don't want to do another season, right?
Yeah,
they should have offered him more money to convince him, right?
Or something, yeah.
I don't understand.
It should have been a full 25 episodes. The first season was 25 episodes. It did really well. Why wouldn't they want the second season to be 25 episodes? And even if they'd done the Spirit Turtle in 9 episodes instead of 6, that still would have been better. And it would have, and we would have had more time for the other stuff. Like, we would have had time to really develop the book hero in depth, and they do in the first season. But I don't understand.
I don't know what to say. I genuinely. But the big thing is that Masato, his he's done a lot of directing stuff. And he's done Legend of Mana, the Teardrop Crystal, right? Restaurant to Another World, which I've not heard a single good thing about, right?
Right, is this the season 1 director?
Season 2 director. Okay, season 2. Right.
I was like, he did Mana.
Right, he did Mana.
That explains.
He did
so
Restaurant
much.
to Another World.
But now I don't. Now I'm partly not wanting to watch it.
It's not.
And he did the quintessential quintuplets movie.
But now the pacing issues in Legend of Mana make so much sense. Holy crap!
Right.
What, is it rushed or is it slow?
Yes, it is rushed as fuck.
Yeah, and this is the thing I don't get. Why
you're just told things about the universe rather than experiencing them.
That's the same problem. It's the same problem that season 2 of Shield Hero has. Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
So,
oh my god.
I think I want to sort of dissect it more now. I think we can all agree that the largest problem of the series is the lack of gravitas to any of the events had, right? Yeah. Who are these characters? What's the relevance of this?
You're told you should like these characters, or that they're important, and you don't feel it. You don't have it. You don't feel it deep inside you.
Yeah.
And instead, it's replaced with the show just literally trying to, as quickly as possible, move itself to the next set piece of, look, that was cool. when it doesn't look cool because it doesn't have any meaning. But it's trying to do
because
that.
the CGI looks like poop.
No, I didn't even mind the CGI. I had no problems with the CGI at all. It does not. The show doesn't look bad. It's just it has no meaning. It doesn't make sense. It's just like, oh yeah, and then Raftalia and thingy do this, and they chop off the head. Oh yeah, and then look, it's Lark and the others. Why are they there? Oh my god, look, it's Bug Hero. Oh my god, it's got like where's thingy gone? Oh my god, now we've lost Raftalia. Oh, we gotta get to the next thing. Oh, now Raftalia's back and she's got an awesome sword. Wow, do you love it now?
So
I'm gonna break my voice on this.
So, speaking of Lark, Raftalia, and the book hero, right? We have something that's introduced in the series as the vassal heroes, right? And these are different to the cardinal heroes. And it is like, I don't even want to say grazed upon. It is like, you know, you take a feather duster and you just brush right past it. I hate how limply this doesn't explain the importance of these other heroes in the world.
Yeah,
right?
you barely, like, they barely even let you know that they're not summoned from other worlds. They're heroes that rise up in that world.
So they can be summoned from another world and become a vassal hero, right? Or, you know, but they, the important thing is, cardinal heroes, which are our four main, right, have to be summoned, right?
Yeah.
They can't not be summoned, yeah?
Yeah.
So,
Now, just before you move on, I swear the show gives a line in the, you know, I don't, what's this world referred to as, the, you know, the world that Nasuth is normally
Raftalia's world.
Right, Raftalia's world. There is a line to imply there is vassal heroes in Raftalia's world, isn't there?
Right? Yes.
And then it just forgets about that, and then we never see anything. We never get any importance of them. We never see them.
We don't see any of them. Yeah.
And then we go to the other world. There's a vassal, just so that it's like by the way, but these things definitely exist. Just so that when we go to the other world, they'll make sense. They have them too. It's like wait a minute, why are you rushing all over this explanation?
So the big thing is, right? We are introduced to Lark, Glass, and oh god, is it Teresa or Theresa? I can't remember what her name is. The jewel girl. Gem girl, right? Huh?
I don't know.
Right. The three of them.
Oh, the theme song.
What?
Gem. The show, was it Gem or Jewel? The show, the 80s animated.
No idea. Anyway,
Gem is truly outrageous.
There we go.
Gem is truly outrageous. Yeah. I never watched that show. I don't know what you're talking about.
Me neither. But just the song.
Nope. Sorry. Go.
Right. So I needed to let them get that out of their system. Anyway, those three heroes, they are. The whole reason for the meeting that the Queen sets up between herself and the other four cardinal heroes is so that she can talk about the vassal heroes. She can talk about the fact that their world, I think, has 7 vassal heroes, but there's an indeterminate number. Vassal heroes can go between worlds, cardinal heroes cannot, right? And she's concerned that, you know, as this other world is targeting theirs, how many vassal heroes could come and try and attack them? Yeah? So so this is when she basically goes, right, I want you guys to train. I want you guys to train up to become more powerful and get past the current barrier that you guys have all capped at like level 40. Right? So she basically wants them to train with Eclair Seato, and I can't remember the name of the last monk user, because Baba, yeah, she has the she knows this, oh god, it's Hengen Muso style, right? It's this special martial art that allows all the cardinal heroes to effectively, when they learn it, go beyond the level that they're currently at.
And this is what it means to go even further beyond. Sorry.
Right?
Blast Ultra!
The whole second season skips over this entirely, right?
Yeah, so I just want to point out,
they just kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah, so if you slot that into actual from season 1, if we go from season 1, so after season 1, the climax is at the end with basically the shield hero versus 3 of the
vassal heroes,
and the other heroes being useless. So it's like, right, so the queen would have like a post-fight summary. Let me explain who these heroes are, what they are to you, so you understand. Instead, she doesn't do any of that at all. It's like, here's a turtle.
Yeah, a one-liner.
Yeah.
We get a one-liner instead of that making sense that she would explain it. I'm sure the heroes will hang on a minute. We were summoned. We're the 4 amazing heroes. Why are we being beat?
Here's the big thing: the turtle stuff doesn't come, or the tortoise stuff doesn't come until later on, right? It is so basically the queen wants the 4 heroes to train, right, along with their parties, but effectively the other 3 heroes don't want to train with Naofumi because they swear Naofumi is cheating, right? And it's just like, they basically don't turn up to the training sessions for a few times, and then they try to skip town. They try to actually flee the country and go adventuring in other countries, but the queen puts up border checks to prevent them from leaving, and even messages the neighboring nations asking them not to allow them to quest there, right? So they can turn up and things, but basically, don't give them quests because they need to train to get stronger to fight other vassal heroes.
I'm fine with condensing that a little bit, but it still needs to be at least, they need to at least touch on it.
So this is like super important because effectively the queen. Well, this is the whole introduction to Eclair, right? Which is completely skipped. So Eclair is the daughter of the previous lord who owns the domain that Naofumi now owns, right? And effectively, she swore that she would hunt down the knights who would capture and sell off demi-humans to slaves. So she was going to hunt down all these lords and nobles for justice, right? And she doesn't make an appearance until after the vacation arc, right? She was appointed to she's appointed to train them all and everything, and because she's currently the top ranking woman in the entire nation of Malramark, right? She even beats what's his name, the sword hero. She kicks the ass of sword hero, right? And
did you say who she's related to?
Yeah. She was the daughter of the previous Lord Noble that owned Raftalia's domain.
Yeah, and doesn't mind. I think one bit, doesn't she feel guilty for what happened?
Oh yes, yeah, she does. If you know any of this, feel free to interject.
No, you'll be more me. But I just remembered that one key element because she doesn't get any explanation. So you're saying this girl who's basically just appears at the start of this episode, like, oh, who's this? And just does some stuff in the army. Doesn't really go anywhere. She beats Sword Hero to show Sword Hero how rubbish she was.
Yeah, she kicks his ass, and because they refuse to get trained by her, it's like, oh, we're the heroes. We could, she beats Sword Hero, and they don't want to play, right? So in the end, the Queen allows them to take time off from training, right? As long as they do some quests for her specifically, right? So the Queen is hearing rumors of these monsters that are like parasitic monsters that are attacking villages towards the east of Malramark.
And this is the start of the turtle.
This is the start of the turtle, right?
That makes so much more sense.
Yes. So
seriously, can I just? It really annoys me. They just need to bin this, right, and start again. I don't get why shows don't do this. Like, literally, you will make money if you do it right. It's the same thing with bloody Game of Thrones the last season. I just don't understand how executives don't realize, right?
Yeah.
Don't think like, oh, we've already done that. We need forwards. Like, no. You've made a shaky foundation. You can't build off this foundation. Anything that comes after it is gonna be just rubbish. It'll fall to pieces.
And there are definitely ways to conduct. You could probably do that in, like you said, a movie or like an extended OVA episode or something. You know, you could do that and still have season 2 start with essentially the Spirit Turtle arc. I don't understand.
They need an OVA. If they want to keep this season 2, right?
Yeah,
make an OVA. To be an OVA. Or a couple of OVAs that cover that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean this is part of season 2. They just don't skip it, right?
Yeah. I know,
don't force this. Like, actually do it properly. But anyway, so basically the other 3 heroes, they go on. Actually, no, I'm gonna segue a bit, right? So. Before the training really starts happening, we have a new, technically 2 new members of, Naofumi's team, right? One is the little, I don't know if he's a wolf or a dog, demi-human from season 1 that was rescued, right? And the other is Rishia, the green-haired girl.
The one who's on screen right now, actually.
Technically, she is on screen right now. She's in the costume, right? They skipped the entirety of why Rishia joins the team. Now, Loz, do you remember this? Do you want to explain it?
No, I don't think I'll be able to adjust this. This is okay. I think did he only do 1 or 2 episodes of skip content first season?
He did 4.
Okay, I don't remember if we did a full, but right. I think I only watched the first one then, and that's the one with that in. And I thought, okay, I'll watch the whole season, then come back to these. And I was like, wow, why the hell did you skip any of that? Because so before you continue it, I don't understand her arc in this. She starts off, she's in a great starting position where it's like, okay, she's been kicked out of that party and that gets explored what happened there. But she's joined Naofumi's party. She's got, her goal is to make herself stronger. She actually wants to go back and help Archer Boy. She starts out being weak. She's hiding in the suit, but then all of a sudden she just goes Super Saiyan for some reason, beats gravity, and just becomes super nimble. All because the book guy was. I rewatched it because I was like, wait, what triggered her? I don't know. The guy was kicking Naofumi's face a bit, and she stands up and says, "You're weak," and I know because I'm weak. I'm like, where is this coming from?
Oh no!
What the hell is it about?
Do you want me to just jump to that? I could explain that because I don't think we'll come back to it otherwise.
Oh, okay.
Right. Basically, Ost did that. Ost awakened her power using, I think it's like sacrificial magic or something, that basically boosts her stats to what they should. It basically unlocks her full potential.
So she's Guru. She's Guru unlocking Gohan's potential.
Yeah, basically. Well, I mean,
oh my god.
But yeah,
would have been nice to see that.
Right.
Yes,
but it's been really nice to see that.
There was very little to explain her potential. I think there was like they mentioned that she was training a martial art woman. A martial art woman said she was going to be good at this technique or something. But there's been a lot more building up, showing the background of this character. Do you want to explain now at where we should be at the start of season 2 with her in the actual stuff?
So at the end after the meeting that the Queen has with the 4 heroes, effectively Naofumi finds Rishia being what appears to be accosted by Spear Hero. It turns out he's not actually accosting her, he's actually trying to give her support because, you know, she's bawling her eyes out, and effectively the Bow Hero, Itsuki, has kicked her out of his team, his party, right?
So just check, right? It doesn't. So we see that in season 1 happening after the fight. But what you're saying in the either light novel or manga, what you're referring to, that doesn't happen then. It happens after the meeting.
Yes, right.
Sure.
And wait, what do you mean after the fight?
Well, in season 1, the reason why she gets kicked out is because that she was instrumental in beating the.
So that's technically true. That's technically true, right? But basically, the intermission happens while they're still on the island, not back in Malramark.
Yeah? So we stay on that island for a while, for a
little bit. But they basically have the intermission there, then they have the party and everything.
Do they have the meeting with the Queen on the island?
Yes, because the Queen's there, right? Anyway, right. So basically, Naofumi confronts the bow hero and goes like, why on earth did you kick her out and things like this. And because Naofumi's heard her side of the story, Itsuki then reveals his side of the story, where basically she broke a magic item of his, and all the team saw it, but she swears blind she didn't do it, and they're all just trying to get him to kick her out and things like that, because she's the weakest of the group anyway, so on and so forth. And
is it perceived to be weakest of the group?
Oh yeah. And Naofumi basically he nearly rages out and uses the Wrath Shield or the Rage Shield to attack Itsuki or the bow hero, but he doesn't. He holds himself back, but he starts pressuring the bow hero a lot, to the point of the bow hero starts attacking Naofumi, but it does nothing to Naofumi. It doesn't hurt his defenses at all, right? And Naofumi comes down on him like a ton of bricks, basically saying like, the whole reason you kicked her out is because you're pathetic. You're the weakest of your team. You basically stand in the back firing your piddly little bow, and basically he blurts it out. The reason why he actually kicked her out was because he couldn't take the fact that the Queen praised her over him. Right? And the reason why the Queen praised her was because she helped Naofumi fight the 3 other vassal heroes, whereas the bow hero did nothing. Right? So the bow hero was the one that actually set up the whole thing to kick Rishia out of the team. He was the one that convinced his party to lie about the damaged item. Right, to fake the whole bloody scene, right? And it's just like, holy shit, this is such a monumental event in Rishia's backstory, in Bow Hero's plot, in Naofumi's plot, and they just skipped it. The whole thing.
Jeez.
Right? Turns out, Rishia, right, is she's doing all this monk training and things, but her her stats, right, so to speak, her talents are more in line with a spellcaster. However, Itsuki just like, no, I want you to be a monk. I need you to be on the front line. I need you to be a monk, right? And that's
so that
why
he can hide behind her. Right.
Yeah, basically, and that's why she's continuing down this class, because even though she's part of Naofumi's team, she still wants to honor the bow hero who rescued her, and like, I just can't believe all of this was skipped. All of it. It's like, oh yeah, we got this character now. She's in the team. That, one-liner. She used to be in Bow Hero's team. The end.
And she wants to get stronger.
Granny said she'll be amazing when she learns to unlock her power.
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. So, they did Rishia dirty as well.
They did everyone dirty. They did
everyone,
the Philolil Queen dirty. They did just everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
So, right, moving on to the Spirit Tortoise arc. So basically, now that the other 3 heroes have buggered off to go do their play adventurer under direction from the Queen, which was never seen in season 2, she's been
In season 2, the way I remember it, what's shown is they have a meeting and they sort of don't really talk much, and then they just go off, and then you hear that they've gone. Then later, Naofumi hears that they were somewhere around the turtle area or something, and then you don't know where it is, and then you just find them, they've been captured.
Yeah.
They're barely in it. They're barely even mentioned. They're barely referenced. They're barely anything.
Yeah. So basically, the Queen's been getting reports back through the shadows from the three heroes, and all of a sudden, so Naofumi is then sent to go and investigate, and then while he's investigating this village that's being attacked by parasitic monsters, afterwards he gets a message from a shadow from the Queen, right? The other three heroes have gone missing, right? They were traveling east and they just disappeared, right? No one knows where they are, right? And that sort of like alludes to him trying to, and like that has so much more impact because, you know, they're getting these reports in, they've got this mission, and then all of a sudden they've disappeared.
Yeah,
whereas
but they're away for enough time that we do some other stuff.
It makes sense.
Like, oh, by the way, they've disappeared. Like, wait, you know, we just thought they were off on a mission. That's why we haven't seen them. You know,
we've been getting reports from them. You know,
we just thought, you know, they're away doing their own thing. It's like, you know, instead of just, where are they? What's going on?
Yeah,
they've been turtled.
All right. So in the series, right? Like Ost just randomly appears in the middle of a meeting between the Queen and a bunch of, I believe,
military leaders.
Yeah, right. And she just turns up and then is like, I am the part of the spirit tortoise, right? And you know, it's like, okay.
I'm here to basically be a succubi and just devour all you leaders and whisper in your ears wrong things.
Yeah.
Why are we not getting this on the site? I don't know.
Yeah. So, however, in the introduction, right, to Ost, she appears at a completely different point, right? She appears during the village attacks and things like that. Actually, no, I think there's very similar to what happens in the anime. Like, I just got a brief, like, oh wait, that did vaguely happen in the anime, like for all the 2 seconds. So she turns up just after an attack and says to Naofumi, he's like, I want you to kill me. I need you to kill me, so on and so forth. And then Naofumi's like, I don't know who you are. And then she just disappears, right? Because she hasn't been able to properly manifest, to properly materialize in like our plane of existence. She's still like a spirit and things like that. She's, yeah. Anyway.
Oh, right, because, yeah.
Right. Now, here's the big thing. They end up fighting the spirit tortoise before the meeting. Before the meeting that the Queen has with all the generals and things like that. And what's it called? They actually defeat the spirit tortoise. Just the party, right? But this isn't the spirit tortoise's true form, right?
Of course.
This is just like, you know, an avatar, so to speak. And the spirit tortoise is much, much larger than what's depicted in the bloody anime.
The anime looks, it's ridiculous because in the anime it's sort of one of these, it's almost a TARDIS. Like at one point they go on its back and there's all these decayed cities, but then other times you see it, it just looks like one small like hill.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I assume the size of what we're seeing in the anime is probably what the size of the avatar they kill should be.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right.
It's normal Godzilla size compared to like what Planet Eater Godzilla size or whatever.
Yeah. So basically they end up they end up killing this spirit tortoise, and Ost reappears, but she's properly manifested, and she actually talks to the group. This is before, and it's Naofumi who introduces her to the queen and everyone, right? So Ost explains everything to Naofumi in group, and then Naofumi introduces her to the queen. And basically the whole preparations for the real spirit tortoise, who's now awakened now that the avatar's dead, only happens... Sorry, it happens because they're scared that because the spirit tortoise is heading straight for Malramark. Yeah?
Right.
The real spirit tortoise. Which they don't basically go into any detail for in the anime.
Yeah, they focus mainly on the cities in that region. Yeah,
but no, it's because the thing is heading straight for Malramark, because it wants to basically devour all the spirits in Malramark. So a lot of what's covered in the anime is still there in the light novels and things. It's just so many additions that are just flat out missing, right? And again,
you could get around that by just saying that they want to, they don't want to see he's a hero, so he's got to be helping the world, not just Malramark.
Yeah. So
you can get around that. That wouldn't be too bad. Yeah.
But even so, it's like, it doesn't matter, like, the fact that he's not really exploring the other regions or anything like that. It's a case of like, this is the setup. The spirit tortoise is going for Malramark, whatever. Another side of it is the fact that they don't kill it as quickly as they do in the anime, right? In fact, Flitoria is there on the side healing Naofumian team, which they don't know in secret, so she's doing it in secret. And Naofumi is just tanking the fuck out of the spirit tortoise. He's got like shields upon shields upon shields. He is just aggroing the fuck out of the spirit tortoise while the other characters are attacking it. So I don't know if you remember in the anime,
sounds like an amazing mid-season climax. Wouldn't that be good? Oh no, we can't have that.
So I don't know if you remember in the in the main anime, he uses his airburst shield to help Raphtalia and Philo decapitate the spirit tortoise. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that at all. He's focusing on defense while this thing is literally kicking him, right? And it's just like, what?
That sounds badass.
Yeah,
it sounds utterly badass.
Yeah,
that's exactly what Naofumi's supposed to be. He's not supposed to be there to help someone kill something. He's supposed to I can do one thing and I will do this. It's all I can do, but it's what I do, and I rely on my friends, my team that I've built up to achieve this. This is what I do, but I do this to the extreme. It's all I can do, and I will do it.
Yeah, and then we have the whole exploring the spirit tortoise, where you see literal cities and mountains and shit, which Loz has gone like it's bigger on the tortoise than it is off the tortoise.
Yeah. You go up there and there's like that one little bit written in Japanese in the temple, and then they never really explore or explain that at all.
So they go, and the rest of it pretty much plays out like the anime does. So, they run into Lark, and they discover that the other heroes have been captured by Kyo, and, all this stuff. And it's like, this should have been a series on its own. Right?
We just keep coming back to that point. Like, it's man,
we do. And
as you can see, I'm just gonna say, when we watch this, my first response is, right, it must be that there isn't that much more to the turtle arc, and that's why they wanted to get past it. That they felt it couldn't carry a season by itself, and so they wanted to get onto it. Either that, or they went, we don't like this turtle arc. We want to go do the cool arc in the next thing, and I'm worried some other director will get to do that, so I want to go do that. It's so fun. Look, there's like Raphtalia with a katana. I want to do that. That's so cool. It's all like Japanesey and things.
So and then you got introduction to Kyo and things like that. the big things that I don't know about you, Loz, or you, Nasuth, but I certainly felt that Kyo was supposed to be a cardinal hero from the other world. Maybe that was just because I misunderstood it.
Makes it imply that way.
Right, yeah. He's not. He's a vassal hero. The book hero is a vassal hero. And he's supposed to be a genius, right? And so he ends up sort of tricking the book. I mean, this does get touched upon in the series. The book itself is screaming out to the other vassal heroes to kill Kyo because it doesn't want to be wielded by Kyo at all. Basically, Kyo forced it, right? So he's, so it's supposed to be the weapon chooses the wielder, right?
Which we see that with Raphtalia, yeah.
Exactly, right? So again,
so the book, he stole the book, basically, then.
Well, I don't know how. Unfortunately, this is where my research really falls thin because I just couldn't get that information without reading the light novels. Right. So, and I didn't have time to do that. Yeah. But so basically he, what I do know is he tricked the book and, apparently, according to the wiki, he is from another world, right? However, right? So I'm going to read it out to quote it. Some time ago, Kyo died in his old world. This is shown further in the anime, where it is revealed that he was an otaku who invested all his time in an MMO game. It appears that the elaboration of Kyo being this otaku that committed suicide was exclusively from the anime.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. And it's just like, if you follow the series like any of us do, that is such a red herring, right? Because when we saw that, we asked the question, wait a second, when the other three heroes, so again, cut content, go watch Anime News' series on season 1 cut content. Honestly, it's really, really good. It does a lot of Overlord stuff as well.
It makes Overlord better. Which some people might say not as hard, but it actually, I go watch Overlord and I'm like, I have no idea I've watched, and I watched it, I'm like, oh, that's actually really cool because I understand that now.
So basically, the bow hero, the sword hero, and the spear hero all died to come to this world, Raphtalia's world. Naofumi was the only one. Yeah, he's the only one that read a book and then got transported, right? So, so having the cut content, right, you know that it's really weird that someone's died and then transported to another world in this system and is reincarnated as like someone that A, doesn't look like him, and B, is a child, right? So it feels really off that he is supposed to be what we thought was a cardinal, well, what I thought, I'll definitely take ownership of that, what I thought was a cardinal hero that was reincarnated as a child. It felt really weird, but no, he's apparently a vassal hero, which I don't know.
I thought the implication of that was that the other three heroes weren't actually cardinal heroes, and only Naofumi is.
No. So Naofumi, Itsuki, Motoyasu, and I really can't remember the sword guy's name. All four of them are cardinal heroes, right?
100%.
100%, right?
Okay.
But there is some stuff I do know, because again, looking through the wiki, there are other characters that we know that are vassal heroes, like Raphtalia is, right? She's the katana vassal hero. So they end up they're able to travel between worlds, right? Much like the vassal heroes that we have seen of the other world, Glass, right? And it's just, honestly, it's just mental to me, the fact that they have skipped so much. And unfortunately, it really fucking feels like it when you read the wiki of the plot summaries for the the arcs, right? It feels like did the director just read the plot summaries off the wiki and not actually honestly, it feels like it. It really genuinely does. Like, this was all in the series, right? But none of the stuff that's not here was like so there's very little that was in the series that wasn't written on this wiki page. So it just feels like did the guy actually read the books? You know, which may be harsh to say, but like.
No, after now I have heard that a lot of people do feel that the manga, the first season is the best. Even what the first season covers is better, and I can see that. At the same time, the anime at least showed it could interpret it with potential, but it just did it at such breakneck speed.
Season 2.
Yeah, season 2. Yeah, you could see that there was potential in what was being adapted.
Yeah,
there was loads of potential. Like, oh god, there's so many points. I mean, especially when they get into the second 6 episodes, they spend only one episode trapped in that prison. That's a shame.
Yeah,
did they? Interesting stuff we could have had in there.
Was it just one?
It's just one. It's just one. It's episode 7.
I think we flash back later to find out how what's her name got there. But
there's some flashback stuff, but it's like that's like episode 13.
Yeah.
So
our party is only in there for like an episode.
Okay, so just to highlight, bigger grievances.
Yeah.
So the majority of the arcs of the first season are like a few chapters in length compared to the manga, right? Again, like I have the volumes that they cover, I have the chapters that they're covered in the manga. So, but like, so for example, the Vacation Island is 12 episodes. Sorry, 12 chapters in the manga, right? So the fact that they did it in 4 episodes was like, oh, this is a bit of a rush, right? But it was towards the end of the series. The rest of the series is like fantastic by comparison, right? Again, the Devil Shield episode is the whole thing with the Devil Shield is like 11 chapters in the manga, and it's is it 8 episodes in length? So it really properly sort of like respects it. It's 12 chapters and 8 episodes. So again, it properly respects it and things like that in terms of pacing. The New World arc is 28 chapters, and they did it in 7 episodes.
Yep.
Well, 6 and some flashbacks. I don't know if the flashbacks are part of it or whatever, but...
Oh no, they're not. Yeah, so 6 and a bit. It's horrible. It's like... Guys? So, and I maybe it was a case of they just really wanted to get to the New World arc.
Yeah.
But they could
or what comes after it or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah. There's got to be a logical reason why, or at least what they thought was a logical reason why. And the reasons I come up with are they wanted to tell the second arc. They really liked that and inspired them, and they wanted to do that. I didn't think it was really that amazing because it was just equally rushed. There's stuff after this they want to get to or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe there was merchandising reasons, because obviously the second arc has so much, all the different costumes and things, that there was some plan with that. I don't know if that was the reason, and that Suits were pushing them to get to that season quicker, or I don't know if it's just this is how the director does. The director is just obsessed with every episode has to be packed with the next thing, because get to next thing. Oh, this is a cool bit in the story. We get to that. We need to get to that as quick as possible. Then we need to get to the next thing. Then we need to get to the next thing. Isn't it cool when this happened? Oh, but don't worry, next thing's going to happen. Oh, but don't worry, next thing's going to happen. It's like, what?
Well, so there's 2 points of that's just complete bollocks. The first point is the fact that you don't feel anything for when Ost passes away.
Just went Ost.
Yeah, just went Ost because
just went Ost.
You spend what? I don't want to be unrealistic. I think you spend maybe a total of 20 to 30 minutes with Ost. Ever?
I'd love somebody to sit down and do a cut the actual time of what we see, the interactions of Ost with other people, and then do subdivisions with each separate character.
Yeah,
because it's not enough time.
It is no, and you don't genuinely feel anything for her. Period. Like, there you go, just full stop. Yeah. You don't feel anything, right? And likewise, it's the same for in the second. No, the second arc, right? When Raphtalia is accidentally left behind by the hourglass, the dragon hourglass, right? I remember Loz and I just like, oh my fucking god. Did you see the thing? Did you see the thing? It was like, oh my fucking god, I can't believe that happened. And it felt like so impactful, only to be snatched away because the end of the next episode, they're back together.
Is it definitely the end of the next episode?
I thought it was the end of the next episode.
So that's like,
or maybe it's 2 episodes, but
I think that's end of 7. I think 7's the one where. Yeah, because 1, 6, and things, it's going to be 8. I'll just load up and check. Yeah, but I'll see how long it takes.
Yeah.
All the tension just drains away and you're left back with nothing.
Yeah, it would have been so much more impactful had Raphtalia had to fend with herself or spent more time with Lark, Glass, and again, Gem Girl.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't remember her name. But it doesn't. It's just.
Yeah, you got the whole thing with them being prisoned in that place. You could have had a whole 2 or 3 episodes there with Raphtalia doing stuff. And there's nothing to say that an anime can't add extra sections in.
Look at the spy.
I know, it's a small but simple thing that we love to bring up as a great example of what to do of Spy Family.
Yeah,
properly for once. A literal, a couple of shots in the manga. They go to a capital, and it's like they go into a room, and it's like they just cheer, and they bulk that out into an amazing segment that just was pure the show. It just enhanced the whole. And also, the show also does have some terrible ones, like the bloody dodgeball one, which is just a small thing that is. It did have some good meme value in there with the Dragon Ball-esque of it, but they just show they could chop. It had so many little cool moments with like Anya telling Lloyd to put on the bond thing, and he's like, oh, he doesn't want to, and then he does. She's like, oh, he's spun now. It's like there's little moments like that, which not at all in the manga, not at all. So there's nothing to say that an anime has to brush through or take a segment and just go, you know what, our characters are gonna, because we want to tell some interactions and stories and really flesh out this character and how they're feeling about the situation. So we're gonna spend all the time in the inn and just do something in the inn. It's not hard.
Especially considering, like, if you think about it, Raphtalia barely had any presence in the entire first half of season 2, right? She barely did anything, and there's huge memes about it. But like Raphtalia best girl from season 1, right? Everyone says like Raphtalia best girl, but like season 2, she did nothing for the bulk of the first half.
They were spending all their time trying to get you introduced to Ost and Rishia and the turtle, and
they introduced to Rishia.
I say introduced. Yeah. They wanted to let you know that they exist in some capacity.
That's all they could do with the time.
That's all they could do, yeah.
Honestly, they should, Kadakawa, if I were you, I would go, you bad director, bye, get the old director back, don't throw as much money as you want, and get him to do it properly. Seriously.
Spin this, do it. It needs to be Full Metal Alchemist and just Just do it, just redo, do whatever.
Yeah. I think it's crazy how much there is of a contrast between the 2 seasons. The 2 political points of view when it comes to Rising of the Shield Hero season 1. But again, there are so many people out there. Like I in an effort to try and find like alternative cut content, from Annie News, because it again wasn't covering it. I saw so many, I would say video essays, but they're more video verbal diarrheas. Because like there was,
just like this.
Just like, well, I mean, like, I'd like to think that we actually had more information to bring to the table, but there was so many people that were just anime only, and just you know, I hate this, blah blah, this is terrible. Just, we kind of gave reasons why or how they could have improved it. Seriously, give Claire some actual fucking backstory. She is the biggest victim in the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, that's why at the very least an OVA. An OVA to get you into the second season, to tell you what's happened between, to introduce the training they're doing, because you've got Raphtalia and Philo all of a sudden doing, we're going to chop this thing's head off with our Kaioken times 10.
Yeah.
Stupid ability, and it's like, well, just show them practicing that, or you know, in the background, just even alluding to that, and then also you can give time for Rishia to be, you know, really to show, to, you know, really was it give her scenes to show how self-deprecating she is, and you know, as part of it, just in the village where there's not rushing, there's not monsters attacking, we're just focusing on our characters, we're allowing them just to explore the town, and you know, we can see how does the town interact with Naofumi? Do they see him as just a local lord, or does everyone cheer every time they see him? How do they react to Philo? Is Philo like, you know, does Philo go up to the vegetable seller, and every time she gives her an apple, just because, you know, it's just because she loves Philo that much? And it's the little things like that that would just been a perfect OVA to carry it over.
Well, so here's the big thing, right? So in the light novels, right? I don't know if you remember, but it's suggested to Rishia to get a slave crest, right?
Yeah.
I think Raphtalia and Philo suggest it, right? But in the light novels, as far as I understand it, it's Naofumi who suggests it. Not to do anything dodgy, like to enslave another person. He does it so that it can help her train better, because with the Slave Pact, it gives
it shares his stats with her a little bit, doesn't it?
No, it gives them boosts, like they get extra experience when they're training and things like this. So that's how they're able to become more proficient with whatever they're doing so much faster, right? And it's another, like, oh, for the love of God, it's not just Rishia that gets the slave crest. It's the dog boy as well, right? They get it at the same time. Right, but the dog boy is just completely cut out from the series. Right, he's in one episode part of an episode at the start, and that's it. Right, but again, he actually has a more prominent role because the pair of them get the slave crest so that they can train faster, and it even goes into detail about the restrictions that the slave crests can have. So the slave crest will only work if at least one of the restrictions are put in place. So a restriction might be, you have to do what I say, or what have you. The only one that Naofumi leaves on at this point is you can't lie to him, right? That's the only one he leaves on, whereas they can do whatever they want otherwise. And again, it makes a big point of this in the manga and the light novel, but it's just like, yeah, just get it on there, just slap it on, just slap on that slave crest,
and you can take it off later. That's fine. It's just a temporary tattoo.
Oh my God. I mean, that was the big thing about how it worked for Melty.
Yeah.
Or was it Multi?
Multi?
Bitch. It just how it worked for bitch. Huh?
The Multi, is it Melty's the little girl, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought Multi's the older one. I really can't remember. But anyway, so bitch, when she had it on her, whenever she would lie to I think it was either the Queen or Motoyasu.
It was the Queen at first, and then the Shield Hero. The Queen says to Shield Hero, "You get to have your own crest with her and ask her yourself," kind of thing.
The Spear Hero, but yeah.
Yeah, did that, yeah.
Yeah. So, and again, it was just a case of, like, you know, the condition that they had enabled was you can't lie. Whenever you lie, you get electrocuted. right? And she went to town on that one, didn't she? So I'm not lying to you. Gets electrocuted. So yeah, they did the series dirty. They really did. And
Imagine going from season 1 of Made in Abyss to season 2 without the connecting movie.
Oh,
and you don't know who Prushka is. You don't know.
Oh God.
You just know she has this whistle suddenly.
Why he's been recharged with the amount of times he can fire.
Why is
he missing an arm? Yeah, none of this. None of this stuff. And you're just like, but what? Yeah. And then they try to pack everything into like 6 episodes.
Yeah. Wait.
Because they really want to get on to the next level. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, why?
I just.
Why eggs? Why?
I just. So I think realistically, I don't know if I want to. To me, it feels like the director did not respect the source material.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
They may feel that they do, but from my perspective, it doesn't feel like they respected the source material. Either they just wanted an easy win, they just wanted to make sure that they weren't out of pocket, they didn't lose their job effectively. Because, I mean...
Maybe they determine their success by how much content that they're like, oh, well, look at my season of the anime. It covered this much of the manga. I got this much in. That's my success. How much I can cram in. Look at that. It's really good of me. I don't know why anyone would consider that success, but maybe they do. I don't know.
It's so efficient.
Yes, exactly. It's so efficient. Look, I'm getting all this good stuff. I'm getting this stuff into your show. That means you can make all these products from it and things. I don't know. There's some logic in somebody's mind. There is somewhere that they think this is a logical and sensible thing to do, and they're just wrong. I don't know where it is, but it's in someone's head.
The thing that I find utterly staggering is the fact that this is greenlit for a 3rd season before the 2nd season had even come out. It just feels to me
that's part of me. That's part of what I wondered. Did they rush through this in 12 episodes so they could get to season 3 content, and then season 3 is where they really want to be.
There's something in season 3. They really want to tell that story, or
like they didn't even want to tell the Otherworld story. They wanted to just get to season 3.
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea. But, whatever they do, they've only got the light novels to cover them.
Yeah. Well, as for why it got covered so much, my understanding is it is just immensely popular. I mean, obviously, you've got Konosuba, which is, just utterly beloved. Yeah. But I often see Raphtalia coming up so many times in a lot of polls, in a lot of comparisons, in a lot of memes, and it's like, it's clear that the first season was a massive hit. I mean, I don't know how much money it made or whatever, but I meant that it's culturally a hit. It's stuck in people's mind. It was like, wow. I mean, like, for instance, I love rewatching it because it did feel like this is substance. This is something you can come back to and go, wow. It's not just.
It's refreshing in its depth. Yeah.
Yeah. You can. I remember when I used to rewatch it. I used to, on some of the rewatches, I would just think, I would focus on a character and what they're experiencing, and it would feel different to me. Because each character had so many things. You know, like sometimes I just think about Naofumi on the first episodes of some of my favorite, the first 5 or something. First I think about Naofumi and what he's doing. Then I think about Raphtalia and think about it from her point of view. All the different. I know you show it, but you're thinking the entire time about each bit, what it means. And I think it had a bigger impact than they realised, and so that's why it got greenlit, because I imagine it made a lot of money. And if the merch is selling, because we'll never know, is the merch being shifted? Is interest being?
I'm sure there's plenty of Raphtalia merch being shipped.
Exactly. So that they went, oh well, this is making bank. Well, 2 seasons greenlit. This is going to be a big earner. We've got to get this going and make sure it's definitely on the timeline to go. And then they got some idiot who doesn't understand a show or what it's worth in a show. So many shows make this mistake. It's like, well, why was this good? And it was because it was slow. It was meaningful. It had cool characters before anything else. Cool characters, good story, or anything else. Yeah, and some good principles built off of as well.
And when there is action, it's really good action. But it matters. It matters.
Yeah, moments mattered, and they had implications beyond than just we beat that thing.
Yeah, none of the action in this really felt like it. Even the ending fight against the book hero just felt so empty and rushed and garbagey.
All our size. There was something to do with a blacksmith or something at the start of like episode 11 to 12. I don't even know. And then we've beaten them. We're with them. There's a floating ship or something. And whoa, the other world's now on our side or something. Weren't we killing them earlier? I don't know. Now we're back in our dimension. What are we going to do? Beat the waves? But the waves are connected to that. What did we learn? What was he even doing? He wanted to control the waves. What was he doing? Well, he figured out how to push the make wave happen button. How did that help him? I don't know.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a genius. I can make waves happen. Good. Why is that useful?
Did we ever learn who put Kizune, who's the hunter tool cardinal hero, in the Infinity Labyrinth or the Infinite Labyrinth?
I'm pretty sure we did.
Wasn't that her people? Didn't she say it was her people?
Yeah, she was betrayed.
Right. Because I think that's the whole reason why, they're putting they're pressing the wave button, is because they have no cardinal heroes and they can't get any because Kizune actually is still alive, just trapped somewhere.
They trapped her.
Well, I don't think it was the country she was part of, because she actually goes back there. She takes down from me back there when she hits the dragon.
That's true, she does.
Hourglass.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it was the country that they were in that Raftali got left behind in that did it.
Yeah, it was someone. I know they just betrayed her, but it's still just activating waves doesn't help them. Even if they're like, we don't have any cardinal heroes to sort it out. It's like, right, so you'd want
No, activating waves in other worlds.
No, they activated it in their world.
Did they?
Yeah, I think it activated it in both worlds.
At the end.
But yes.
I mean, maybe that's the thing. First, you'd have to I was like saying, right, I figured out how nukes work. Right, I'll nuke myself, and then nukes work now. I better go apply this elsewhere. By the way, I've just nuked myself.
I'm pretty sure that happened in America a number of times.
There's some fallout from this. I better deal with this somehow.
Yeah.
We never had any drawbacks from that, Xeno. We never. No, there's actually I live in Arkansas. Not a big deal to get that away. It's a big state.
Kansas.
Yes, and there are actually there's actually a large number of people from the Marshall Islands who get to just live here and get compensated because we bombed the shit out of their island during our testing phase, and there are massive rates of like cancer and stuff, so they get to live here just and get taken care of. Yeah. No, we never had any problems with that. So, I don't know what you're talking about.
Anywho.
But yeah, I mean, if maybe at the end that they get to him in the lab. And he goes into a portal to another world, maybe their world, and then they're going to stop him from activating the wave in that world as a test. That would make sense. No, he activates it in his own bloody world. It's like, I can control the waves. I can activate them. What a useless power to have.
Yeah. Unless he just wants to destroy everything and everyone, but that's like, there was no evidence of that, really.
No, he was mad because his MMO account got hacked.
Yeah.
And he committed suicide and resurrected just to take over another world.
Sounds about right.
Right. I don't really have any other points to cover. The second season was done dirty. I think they should redo it.
I really want to say that they could just do an OVA, but they really can't.
No, they should just.
They've really got to redo it.
Thing.
Yeah.
It's like when you had what was it? Reincarnated from Zero, the ReZero series, and they did like this is a shortened down version with a lot less crap. Yeah. Anyway, this time it's inflated, where you give a shit about people.
Is the light novel still running?
Oh yeah.
How far ahead is it from where we are in the show?
Oh god, do I have the wiki open still in front of me? Yes, I do actually. Why is it right? go back. So after the New World arc is supposed to be the Rebuilding arc part 1. Then do you want me to read out the arc names?
No, just give me like a general idea.
Oh dear God, hold on.
Numbers of volumes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work that out. Give me the... Right, here we go. So there's 22 volumes, 25 volumes. Yes, there's 25 volumes currently. Wait, hold on.
10 have been animated.
And 10 have been animated?
Hold on, I'm trying to work this out. Why are there 2 columns here? Oh, sorry, these are arcs. Sorry, no, there's 22 volumes. And... 9 in a chunk.
9
because the Rebuilding arc was kind of tacked on to the end of season 1.
And when did the light novel start?
What do you mean?
Like when was the first volume? First novel, whatever.
This 2013, August 22nd, 2013.
Okay,
Japan.
see, if the show keeps going at this pace, they're gonna run out of material. Like you gotta slow down. You gotta slow down and take your time, or you're gonna end up with a Full Metal Alchemist situation, and it's gonna. I mean, it already sucks, but it's gonna suck even worse, and you're gonna have to redo it anyway. So just slow down.
Yeah, I think.
Just take your time.
I think fuck this. Just kick the other director off.
Yeah.
And fucking, I mean, the fact is, right? Volume 1 covered 3 arcs. Volume 2 covered 2 arcs. Volume 3 covered 1 arc. Volume 4 covered 2 arcs. Volume 5 covered 2 arcs. Right?
Yeah.
Then volumes 6 and 7 covered 1 arc.
Yeah.
And volumes 8 and 9 covered 1 arc. And it's just like, these stories are getting longer, right? Don't reduce the number of episodes for them.
Yep. Yep, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Maybe that's right, they're working on arcs, not on episodes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That would be crazy. Yep, man. I think we've all just come to the right, the conclusion that it's just a travesty. They did it dirty, and it needs to be longer. It needs to be longer.
Oh God, what's his name? I literally have it up on the other.
Abo.
Oh, that's what. Yes, exactly.
Get Abo back.
If we find out that the same director is doing the next season,
he is.
I'm not watching it. Man.
Yeah,
I refuse to watch it. I'm sorry. This guy is waste of space.
Yeah.
He's shown he is incompetent.
Yeah.
Utterly incompetent. And I don't like normally being mean, saying there's some redeeming face. No. This is taking the source material and just utterly done stupid things with it. Compared to the just the amazing quality of season 1, it is, as I say, one of my favorite animes, and I'll probably watch it for the rest of my life now and then. Compared to that, season 2 is just boring.
Oh no, they got another director. They have a new director.
Changing horses again.
Hitoshi Haga. So known for Parasite, the Maxim. Okay, fine. I think the source material was the problem with that one.
The source material, and it was true. He was true to the source material.
He was. Right. He was also a director for Star Wars Visions.
Okay, which one?
Which one?
Potential, right? I think The Lot. He was the overarching director for all the studios.
Oh,
okay. All right.
That's a big job. That's a big. That's a different. Covering all those different fields.
Oh no, he was just one of the director. He doesn't specify which one.
Oh, we'll probably find out. Can you paste his name?
Hitoshi Haga. Oh, you said paste. I read it out again.
I think I can paste it.
Hitoshi Haga is not too hard.
Yeah.
Can you paste his name? Read it out loud again.
Hey, but I'm proud of your pronunciation. You did very good on that.
That was easy to pronounce. Anyway, he also did something called Sin the Rain.
Oh, he did The Village Bride.
Oh,
one of my favorite ones.
Good one. That was one of the good ones.
Yeah,
that was, and they had loads of little things. Like I remember when they're walking up the hill and you saw, God, what was it? Battle droids. Like,
are you holding on to your butt? Are you holding on to your butt?
I'm holding on to my butt. Made in Abyss.
He was also the assistant director for Made in Abyss.
Yes, same studio that did Village Bride did Made in Abyss.
And he was also the episode director for the first season of Shield Hero. And he was the episode director.
The episode director, not
I think you'll have a few episode directors and things like that will handle the minutia of the episodes, whereas the director will handle like more of the overarching side of things.
But that still means he's like familiar with the insides of it, you know.
So they clearly, maybe they couldn't get the guy from before, so maybe they asked that guy, it's like, okay, well, of the guys who's the episode director on season 1, can we get someone as good? It's like, oh, that guy did a good job. It's like, okay, look. So we've gotten someone who did work on season 1.
Yes, he also did the storyboards for season 1 as well.
Okay.
So, you know, maybe
it won't be so bad.
Maybe it won't be a giant shit show.
Maybe it's got a chance.
I don't think the hold on, I'm just trying to find season 2 again. I don't was he on this one? No, Hitoshi Haga wasn't on. Let's have a look at Jimbo again.
It wasn't on season 2. He washed his hands of it. He was like, nope, I'm out.
Let's see. Did this guy have... Oh my dear lord. This guy's... sorry, the original guy, Jimbo, he has been an episode director for so many shows. Oh my. Oh my.
So the season 1 guy had a huge pedigree, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so basically, hopefully there's hope for season 3. There is hope. So, I think we should
we can end on that cautiously optimistic note.
We should give it a chance.
So the guy who did the season 2 director, did he only do a few things?
What, in the past?
Yeah.
No, he's done lots, right? So, but the thing is, there's so many of them I've never heard of, right?
Oh, okay.
Do you want to ream some off?
No. So this is the guy who did the season 2 that's rubbish, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm just curious. I'm like, because I look at this guy, this Hitoshi Haga, and it was made in the one of Deep Soul. He did. He was a key animator on that.
So this is the so I'm
key animator, but still, yeah.
So this is a link to Jimbo's like portfolio sort of thing on Anime Planet. And I think he also did a certain scientific railgun, and I tried watching the first season of that, and I'm like, oh, I'm struggling for this. He was the episode director for Dead Man Wonderland, which was brilliant.
Mm-hmm. That was a while ago.
But I mean, I'd probably argue that it wasn't the episode director that was carrying that.
Yeah.
Oh no!
What have you seen?
This Jimbo, is this good? We don't like Jimbo.
No, we don't. He's season 2 director.
Yeah, episode director, Valvrave.
Oh, okay.
But no, you said he did Teardrop Crystal, and like I watched 3 episodes of that, and I just couldn't. It's
no, that's a Valvrave. Valvrave is just stupidity incarnate. It's just again wasted potential.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
well, I wouldn't.
God, what was it? The main character is really interesting. He's connected to a mech that he has to pilot, but it's kind of warped his body in use of it in a weird, unique way, which it makes him basically start attacking people. Yeah. So one person sort of almost sacrifices themselves because I think she wants to be special.
She does.
She wants to be special, so he basically infects her by having sex with her continuously. It's like, oh, this is really interesting. What does this mean? Because at the same time, use of the robot will slowly eat your memories.
Ooh.
Really interesting what's going on here. Yeah, so you're expending your memories to pilot the machine. So if you use it too long, you'll just become a husk.
And so he takes that amazing idea and just shits all over.
Well, no. So first off, like he was the episode director, so let's not entirely shit on him for that.
Fair.
However, if you were interested in watching Valvrave, don't.
God, I'll tell you, I'll do a top 10 mecha anime never to watch. I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, Valvrave is on that list.
Oh, it might be number 1. Might be. I think
that's anyway. Right, so I think we're done here. Are we done here?
I think we're done here. I think we found a good note to leave on. Season 3 might be saved. Fingers crossed.
There is hope.
So when I was looking up season 3 months ago, right after season 2 was announced and started, it was that Jimbo who was supposed to be doing season 2. So I'm hoping that the Haga doesn't bite off more than he can chew. All right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Well, it's not hard. Keep it slow. Just take the content you have.
Just take it slow.
Add stuff. Make it your own.
Maybe explain who Risha and Claire are.
Nah.
Right, let's go to the supporter questions. So, Zrugel says, Xeno says, before we start the supporter questions, I want to say thank you, everyone, for listening to our podcast so far, or our inane ramblings about how much we love Season 1 of Shield Hero and hate Season 2 of Shield Hero. We really appreciate all the likes and comments everyone leaves on this episode. Honestly, seriously, if you haven't seen Season 1 of Shield Hero, you bloody well better by now.
You really should. I really should. It's one of those isekai that stands out because the isekai part of it isn't really what it's about. That's just the catalyst.
Yeah. Zrugel also asks, my phone going off. Zrugel also asks, so I heard somewhere, probably more than one place, that view count is only part of the data involved in the YouTube algorithm. It also prefers watch time. Having said that, do you think watching episodes at 1.5 speed is hurtful for that watch time? Also, would it be helpful if I watch the video more than once? Like, put it on if I'm AFK.
That one probably would. I don't think the 1.5 it cares about. That's probably...
Yeah, I don't think...
It probably takes that into account.
I don't think it cares about how many times you watch it, but it probably will care about interaction. So like, oh, I want to listen to this part, or I want to skip ahead to this part. Like it will probably think, oh, people are interacting with the video more than... You get the idea.
Maybe, yeah. Who knows? The YouTube algorithm is a mystery even to the people at YouTube.
Well, think about it. If you're engaging with it, you're definitely there to engage with it.
That's true.
If you aren't engaging with it, yeah, you get the idea. So Zrugel also asks, I just this week binge watched Call of the Night, and I enjoyed it, but I remember you saying you didn't care for it, other than it being slow, because I watched all in the same week. Do you remember why you didn't like it? It just felt like none of the characters had any like proper depth to them. It was like, I want to become a vampire. Like it was weird. I don't know, maybe it's more bingeable than it is to watch it on a weekly basis, but
bingeable in the other way than season 1 of Shield Hero.
Well, I mean, it's like some shows are only good if you watch it back to back. Like, I find Breaking Bad is a series that I could only watch if I could watch it like one after another. But Call of the Night, it was just like nothing really developed for the first 6 episodes, right? Boy meets vampire. And that was it. No, genuinely. I like to pretend that I'd frozen, but like genuinely, nothing else had happened. Right? It didn't introduce another character till quite late on. By the time I had finished watching it, at episode 6, there was only 3 characters in the entire series. right?
Yeah. I mean, especially if they plan to add more characters, that's really slow. If that's all it's going to be, you could have a dynamic with just 3 characters.
But here's the thing: the intro shows off like 9 to 12 characters.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. And if you've only got 3,
how many episodes there wasn't so many characters.
Six episodes. There was only 3 characters.
Yeah,
I just want to do a comparison for you. So
I will happily throw Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World under the bus as well.
No, that doesn't work because
that's got other characters. Oh.
Well, they had all these characters in the bloody intro, but so what?
And what? My Dress Up Darling.
Oh no, My Dress Up. What was the thing about My Dress Up Darling?
You've got Goro, his grandfather, or his grandfather?
After how many episodes in My Dress Up Darling, the same number of episodes, how many characters you have? Not that many. Again,
6. You've been introduced to
his grandfather, Marin.
No, Loz is 100. You only have 3. Loz is right. I take it back. But the thing with My Dress Up Darling...
It depends what you do with those characters as well.
Yes,
yeah, exactly. Like I said, you can't have a dynamic with 3 characters. But
and I'll point out that you're right, Harem in the Labyrinth is another one. But again, that wasn't what the story Harem in the Labyrinth is telling it, because that was a focused journey of the hero and him around him. So that made sense.
Yeah, so it's
just the title that was wrong.
The thing with My Dress Up Darling is boy meets girl. Girl has weird fetish. Boy enables weird girl. Weird girl, I'll throw this one in for Loz, abuses relationship. Takes advantage. Boy makes cosplay. Girl wears cosplay.
Girl falls in love with the fact that boy made cosplay for her.
And no, she falls in love with the boy.
Yeah, because she made cosplay for her.
I don't think that's... Okay, whatever.
It's not the only reason, but I'm like, would she have fallen in love with him if he didn't make the cosplay for her?
Because I'm pretty sure that's the end of episode 6, but anyway.
I think that just kind of, it just shows they have a shared interest.
Yeah. Right, so, but yeah, feel free to call me out, but I'm pretty sure Call of the Night, by episode 6, boy meets vampire.
And that's it.
Right, so Ghost Turkey Christmas Tree Nasuth asks, we're nearing the end of the season. How caught up are you on your anime? And is there anything you'd like to say as a sneak peek about any of them? Okay. Loz, do you want to go first?
Which Mercury is a must watch?
Fair. How caught up are you then?
I'm up to speed. Apparently, it is the aerial gunpowders just flying off the shelves. Apparently,
we have to try and find one when we're in Japan.
Oh, I'm sure by then the season will be over. And
but we need one.
Oh, there'll be more kits out by then, I'm sure. In fact, probably the second season might have been announced by then, because we'll be the next season will be close to finishing by March, or at least with the the next 2 seasons, we'll start getting leaked information about by then. So they might announce and release some gunpowder by then.
Nasuth, how caught up are you, and any sneak peeks?
I meant to catch up this weekend, and I only caught up on Chainsaw Man.
Good.
I mean, it is a good one to catch up on.
I couldn't be bothered to finish the last episode of Chainsaw Man. I don't know what it was. Which one was that?
It's the ghost demon thing. Unless there's a new one out. There might be a new one out.
It's
the ghost demon and
the public sector experimental division 4 gets attacked.
Yes. Yeah. By Blade Man.
Oh, we'll see.
Blade Saw Man. That's all I could think about when I saw his design. It was like they're exactly the same.
They're bayonets.
But he's okay.
Anyway, right.
Oh yeah, Xeno. What about you? What about you?
All I'm gonna say is Bucci the Rock.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Then Ghost Turkey Christmas Tree Nasuth asks, would you rather watch a Warhammer 40k anime but it's made by Science Zero. Fuck off. Devilman Crybaby.
Yep.
Or listen to more of my terrible puns. I'd rather listen to more of your terrible puns.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I love the fact that the 40k universe is that it's going to get butchered by something at some point. If you want to do it properly, it has to be 18. I'm sorry that there was a point where Games Workshop tried to do some like kid novels with like a young tech priest and a young psycho and a young like person. And it's like, and they were like, they were trying to outwit some chaos. It's like it did not do well. It's like, this is rubbish, and everyone's like, this is rubbish. It needs to be 18. I'm sorry. It's an adult genre. You can't have a non-18 40k, otherwise it's not 40k.
All right. Scrolling now. Lewis Spray asks, this week's topic is all the fun of tearing Rising of the Shield here. Oh, sorry. This week's topic is all the fun of tearing Rising of the Shield hero apart to see what made it flop. So I feel the need to ask Xeno, would you be willing to do the same for Nier Automata anime this time next year? Okay, right. Genuinely, if it is bad, yes. Because I could go into a lot of detail about that.
I mean, if it's good, you could probably still do the same thing. Just go into why it's good. You know, what makes it so good.
I suppose, yeah. But then it's just you two listening to me. Just, I mean, to be fair, has that not been this episode?
I know. Sorry to go back to the Shield Hero thing, but I'm just thinking that I don't get why shows don't realise that you don't just poison the we won't be able to make future stuff of it. You poison the past stuff of it.
Yeah.
Kind of rubbish.
Yeah.
It just because you watch the first season and you think, but I know where this is going to go. I know
you'll never have that satisfying conclusion now because this thing is there.
Yeah, you have to, in your mind, tell yourself that, this is just the end of season 1. They walk off into the sunset kind of thing. It's like, it's not true, and you have to convince yourself, and it's so stupid.
I'm really interested to know how season 3 of One Punch Man is going to work, right?
Shield Hero.
Yeah, well, no, but the thing is, with, feel free to skip to the next section of the episode, anyone that's listening, but, like, if Saitama's in season 3 at all, it is not faithful to the manga, right? Because he is barely in it at all.
But it's named One Punch Man. He's got to be in it.
Clever idea would be to have him do a side story-esque thing that may even be completely anime only. That is just
potentially
why he's not there, and that would be a clever thing to do, and just cut back and forth between the two stories.
Yeah.
That would be a quite sensible thing to do.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. If they are faithful to the manga, it's gonna be brilliant, right? Because the manga is so damn good, even though he's not there. But it does explain why he's not there, though. So So Lewis Spray also asks, Shield's hero system of cardinal heroes and vassal heroes seems to be quite particular in how it handles the use of the weapons it gives people, making sure they can only use specific weapons and making all others pass through their hands. No, they don't get passed through their hands.
I think that's only for Naofumi.
No. He electrocutes him. If he picks up a sword, it electrocutes him.
Right.
It's... Okay, I may have screwed this. Anyway, if the cast had to pick a weapon or object to be the hero of blank, what would it be? And with that, how inconvenient would it be to consequently have to carry it around?
Constantly.
So you're going to be the hero of constantly.
Not consequently. Constantly have to carry it around. Not consequently have to carry it around. You constantly have to have it on you. That's why, and it's cut content, in the season 1, Naofumi uses the book a lot of the time because it means his hands are free and he can wear it without people thinking. And he even then sometimes wears it and has it in his hand, so it looks like he's just carrying a book.
Yeah, he's holding it in his hand.
Yeah, it's something clever for that. So yeah, you want something along the lines of that. Well, in this day and age, if you wanted to survive in the modern world and make it look like you're not doing anything, you could have the smartphone hero.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
Very useful.
We've all basically thought it was like, the tablet hero.
If you want an easy weapon, something to hold, the lightsaber hero would also be something that would be very easy to work with. Because it doesn't. Most of the time, it's not. As long as you don't turn it on, you're not restricted.
But you couldn't throw it though.
Yeah, you can.
No, because they can't.
Hero throws his spear.
Does he?
Pretty sure he does. I feel. Oh god, it's been a while since I've seen. I feel he throws his spear.
The bow hero shoots his arrows.
No, it doesn't count.
Yeah, but it's not a bow, is it? He's not shooting a bow.
But you'd still be able to throw. It appears back, so you could still use that as a weapon.
If you could, I'd be like, yeah, that's down for that.
Now for him, you can throw the shield. It just comes back to him. So
no, we can't.
He can. He does. He throws it.
When?
In the arena, he chucks it off, and then it just appears on his arm again.
I remember this big thing, like you couldn't get it off him. If you don't, fair enough. Like I'm gonna acquiesce because you've watched it way more than I have. If any, huh?
Yeah, that bit. Yeah, okay.
So what would I be the hero of?
Oh, I know mine.
Huh?
I know mine.
What's yours?
I want to be the muffin button hero.
The muffin button hero. So what? You just have a permanently attached muffin button next to you?
Yeah, it's like on my belt or something. I just I just pop it. It's like one of those easy buttons. When you hit the easy button, it's yeah.
To be honest, I was thinking to myself the pot noodle hero, and just his instant ramen, and just like, oh, there you go.
You couldn't eat the ramen. You could only hold it.
No, well, it could be an effect of the bow hero. The effect of the bow is it shoots arrows. The effect of the pot noodle ramen is it produces food.
Oh, so it's the cup. It's not the stuff inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
However, the wallet hero. Just instantly pull out more money. Just get more and more money. It's like, oh, what's that? You want to be able to afford that perfect Gundam aerial?
But you can only pull it out $10 at a time.
Well, it'll take a while.
No. Why would it? Yeah, you can plan. Well, you'd have to level it up to pull out more money. Is what you'd have to do.
Okay, right there you go.
Different currencies.
So it's not just money, right? You could also
have different cards in there.
No. You could like Doctor Who. They've got what is it? Telepathic papers. You show it to them, and they believe you're a figure of authority. But this one, your wallet, whenever you
have your ID card.
It'll give you, or an ID card. Yeah, it'll produce an ID that you want it to produce.
Yeah. So here's my FBI license.
Yeah.
My hero of wallet.
Oh, and the credit cards, man.
Yeah. Not my credit card, someone else's credit card.
Yeah.
But, right. So I think we've picked the three things.
Yeah.
So,
that's it for the supporter questions.
The comments, right. So first, some comments from Kanpai News. Rule says, that Thomas the Tank Engine is a bit something.
Indeed
Having
it was.
said that, I can't think of more than 2 anime based on a salaryman. Nasuth, your antic make
I think it's supposed to be antics, but yeah. I don't know which antic it was, but I assume just all of them.
You have all the antics, dude.
Deal.
Right, Edward Pallick says, Dallos? Oh yeah, I remember that show. Hold on, shut up, phone. Who Shot JR? Quite the meme back in the day. Good stuff.
You get it, Dallos. Right.
Sure.
That's one for the Americans out there.
Cool. And now on to last week's Kanpai Cast comments. So Stromber's Void Shell says, Kanpai gents. Ooh,
Kanpai.
Interesting. I never knew. I've never been to a convention. This should be a good listen. I hope it was.
Jinx.
So no. Zrugel says, I've been to.
I've never been. I've never
been.
I've never been.
So.
I've never been.
I've never been to an anime con either. No, shush. Right, I've never been to an anime con either. I imagine going to a con to do other things, like talk to people, buy things, make friends, and learn about new shows.
I think I put an I in there accidentally. He was like talking to LOZ and being like, imagine going to a con and do other things, talk to people, buy things, make friends.
Right.
Oh, what is that? What are you talking about?
No, nobody does that.
The puns are okay, but your reactions are worth it. My favorite meme was the Gundam fan service one. It was the one where Gundam fan service of the past was actually a girl's butt, and then of today is Gundam Ariel's butt.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have have even close. Wait. I hope you guys have even close to as much fun as we do listening. I think we have fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's honestly a lot of fun.
Okay. Edward Paddock says...
Please.
Edward Paddock says...
the safe word is pineapple.
Oh my god. Menchie is the best emergency food supply ever.
Yes.
Menchie?
You see, I told you last week, and you
Moving on. I would say that the problem more often than not is people who personify objects rather than the objectification of persons. Fictional characters, video game characters, anime characters are objects. They are not people. Just saying.
There is a lot of problem with that. No, there is. There's a lot of people.
What are we talking about?
We were talking about how people think it's okay to touch the cosplayers.
Yeah.
You know,
it's okay to what? Sorry, you're about to explain it, and Xeno. Oh, okay. We explain to what?
It's okay to touch the cosplayers. You know how they're like, oh, you're like the character I know. Let me touch you real quick. You know, and it's like you're not. That's a no. You do not touch the people.
Yeah. You ask for permission first.
But I know I agree with him. I think that is partly because people take these characters, these objects, and put. You know, they think that they can't separate them from reality. They think that they're real in their minds, and so they're like, oh, I know you. You're my friend. I know and don't do that.
I know everything about you. You're now that person in my mind.
Yeah.
Right. And now it is time to move on.
We're gonna be the bestest friends.
and now it's time to move on to the memes. You can find memes on the Kanpai Cast Twitter, so it's twitter.com/Kanpai_cast. We upload multiple memes daily. So, right.
And most of them are pretty good, even. Your waifu isn't real. Ergo Proxy, Evanescence.
Oh my god. Fair.
Yeah. Ergo Proxy is one of those I still need to go read.
Sorry,
sorry.
Sorry, can I say the first one? Your waifu isn't real.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ergo Proxy.
It's a series.
And then the woman from Evanescence. So this one I took from somebody posted it in Discord. I tried to look up the Not Like Freddy account. I tried to look up Paul Kruger. I couldn't find either of them. But I just feel bad about leaning on my friends. It makes me feel weak. Therapist. Do you know who else leans on his friends? We both look at her, a gigantic poster of Goku. Therapist. Are you calling Goku weak? Me, fighting sobs. No. Therapist slides me the tissue.
Wait, what? Okay.
Are you calling Goku weak? Goku leans on his friends.
Yes, Goku does that, and if you're complaining you're doing that, but Goku, nobody can.
You're calling Goku weak. Yeah. Why would you? How dare you call Goku weak? Right. 0 to the power of 3 equals 0. 0 to the power of 0 equals 1. This is not the law of equivalent exchange. That is actually a funny quirk of mouth. I love it. When the U.S. and there's a couple of these. When the U.S. and England draw, and thus no result for the definitive sport name. Of course, about the World Cup.
Wait, isn't anything to the power of 0 1?
Yes, I believe so.
It's an imaginary number.
I don't think it's an imaginary number, but it is weird.
No. Imaginary numbers are like things like infinity, right?
And the square root of -1.
Yeah. It's something that can't possibly exist. It doesn't compute, but we're still able to put it in terms. It's like real numbers are only positive numbers, whereas integers also include negative numbers.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a classification of number. But anyway, sorry.
Who's still in the game and who's not?
Well, we drew, so it doesn't matter.
Don't worry, we're gonna get our ass handed to us by France next week.
Just for the lols.
Just because that's what France does to us.
I forgot I had 2 Nichijou memes. Tokyo Revengers fans when Kanye posts the Tokyo Revengers logo on Twitter. And that's as far as I'll go on that one.
It's so nice he brought attention to that fandom. Nothing else.
Okay.
Nothing else now.
Nothing else at all.
Nothing at all.
I'm happily in ignorance. So
and finally, FFA Cup, World Cup, Qatar, Netherlands beats USA. I'll never forgive the Dutch.
I'll never forgive the Dutch.
So
that is of course the end of JoJo. Not Battle Tendency. Is it Battle Tendency?
It is Battle Tendency because it's when it's sort of like
it's the preview.
Yeah. And it's because the original is I'll never forgive the Japanese because it's a Japanese man that steals his daughter away.
Yeah. Oh, so good. Anyway, on to Xenos.
My first one. We jolly? Oh, we jolly.
Oh, the invasion of the Padaroos.
Yeah, Padoru.
Is that what they're called?
BNA, Padoru. Yeah. BNA, Gundam Witch of Mercury, Tanuki. Yeah, because everyone calls Soletta a Tanuki.
Easy.
Yep. Right, so sub fans, dub fans, and then live action adaptations getting beaten up on the floor. Manga readers just watching, enjoying their wine, and then joining in. Yep, as it should be.
I've even watched this and I can't even remember why they were drinking. No, they were at the cafe, weren't they, when that person interrupted them or something? Yes.
No, he oh god, he spilt. Sorry, I think Narancia spilt his wine on his suit, and then it was like, we're mafia, bitch, and then just beat the shit out of him.
Mafiosos.
As you do.
It's just brilliant how Abashkio just sits there and just watches and enjoys it.
There were some really good moments in that, yeah.
Next.
The memes are good, but they're so...
Right. Yep. You thought it was a name brand, but it was me! Dios!
Whole salt, I love that. Oh.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I keep looking at it and I keep seeing more. Okay.
More, yeah.
All right.
Yep. All right, my fifth one. r/animemes, 3 million members. You got the Doolan and Megamin, yes, yeah. And then last but not least, I need to read this. Right. The first Oxford word of the year to be chosen by public vote has been announced. The winning word, Goblin Mode, is a slang term describing unapologetically self-indulgent, lazy, slovenly, or greedy behavior. It was one of 3 potential choices selected by Oxford lexicographers, right? Thousands managed to drag themselves out of Goblin Mode to vote, as the phrase won by a landslide with 318,956 votes, making up 93% of the total. And then you got Goblin Slayer.
So yeah, to me actually, I think it's a very norm. I've never even heard someone use the term word, but it's a normie thing. It's like, I'm gonna go total Goblin Mode and just for this weekend, I'm just.
Isn't it like bussing?
I'm bussing.
Oh man, so bussing. I'm like, what the hell are you even?
It means to just like stay at home let's say for the weekend. I'm gonna stay home. Yeah. I'm not gonna get dressed. I'm not gonna get shower. I'm just gonna watch stuff and eat the food that I have and just lounge around, not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like a goblin would. It's like that means there's loads more goblins to kill.
Yeah. Yeah.
All these goblins in goblin mode.
Wait. Next week, my New Year's resolution is to keep me and Xeno on task for this. That's a fat out, blatant lie. Why would you lie like that?
It's my resolution. It doesn't mean I'm going to be able to keep it.
Well, you've got a few weeks left, so... Anyway, so that's it for this week's episode. Thank you very much for watching / listening. And now it's time to bottoms up and... Kanpai!
Oh.